to some degree it is, but you're giving somebody what at least they're fainting that they're asking for.
Yeah, they're the ones saying bring them in,
Right.
but not our area.
Right.
These rich people are always pushing it. Yeah, no more homeless, more of that, but they live in gated communities.
Yeah. And the homeless thing is very weird. It's only very weird because what is the actual problem? I mean, camping isn't the problem. And just to go back to my kids, yeah, they don't own homes. So you have a drug issue and you have a mental health issue, and that can lead to a crime issue. But I'm just sharing for you that how much do you want to do? How much do you want to do for the wrong people? Why do the producers have to look out for the non-producers? You know, when the cowboy outweighs the horse, you got a problem, and that's a big problem around the world. I know San Francisco has up in Oregon.
There are some of the Oregon and San Francisco are some of the very worst places. People that haven't seen it don't probably believe how bad it is. People are literally shooting up, shitting on the streets, knocking out windows. They also let people steal. They cops won't even arrest them. They knock windows out and stuff. So it's a huge problem by allowing them. So they need to come in with heavy-handed policing. That's what Giuliani did in New York, and I wasn't there at the time, but I hear he cleaned it up in a matter of months.
Yeah. Oh, I would have cleaned this up so fast. If I was in charge when they were burning down Portland, I would have brought the Hells Angels up, and I would have given them badges. I'd have deputized that whole. I'd have a Harley Davidson on every block, and do you know who would have passed that with a Molotov cocktail? Not one of those chicken shit kids with purple hair and the nose rings. Not one of them would have done that. I have that same fantasy. I'll deputize Team Quest and American Top Team, and I'll give them all a badge and a gun. And believe me, there won't be anybody coming in looking to cause problems, but you have so many wimps out there, man, and our own police departments are becoming wimps. The only ones you can count on anymore is the sheriff, right? People talk about the boys in the blue. The boys in the gray are the only ones you can count on because they're elected, and they're the actual cowboys that handle stuff, and the rest of them, they're very soft, man. And that's tough to say about a cop, because those guys didn't get into it because they're wimps. They got into it because they were tough guys, and then they got their nuts taken off, and
that's what happened, bro. I know a lot of cops from San Francisco, and I criticize them, but I feel bad for them too, because I understand their perspectives. They're going to get yelled at and racist if they arrest someone, or they'll get called you don't harass the homeless. Everyone's always against them, so they're just we're going to sit back and let crime happen.
Yes.
And if they arrest someone, they're let out the next day or the same day, so they get deflated themselves. They're oh, why am I doing this?
The cops get a bad rap because the cops still are the good guys. Like the kids that dream and want to go into that, they are genuinely the good people, man. They're the guy, and he was in the weight room, or he's trying to make the football team. They're all good people, but they get into the process and they realize it doesn't pay to be good.
No.
It pays to punch in, find a way to go home, hide my car if I have to, fill some paperwork and get out of here, instead of getting out there and actually cleaning house, which is why I go back to, they all want to fund it. They want to give the police more money or give them more support. The answer is not money. I mean, the best people I've ever met in my life were coaches that did it for free, or a counselor at school who did it for free, or a guy in the neighborhood who looked out for the other kids. It was never a hired position. And that is why I tell you, I'm a little bit tongue-in-cheek. I'm going to bring in the gypsy jokers. I'm trying to prove a point, but there is still some good old boys that will do right, and they might have to do it with a pitchfork. Give them a badge. You don't have to pay them. You can deputize them like they did in the olden day when they carried a 6-shooter on their hip. And they will go out there and do their job. What do you think of this, by the way?
I think it's great. The downside is they have to worry about the district attorneys might have charges against them. I think it's great, though. They need to change when you get rid of different judges, different DAs. Well, what would you run for? You're thinking about doing politics. That's great. In Oregon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and Oregon's not, overall, it's pretty moderate, right? Because Portland's super liberal, but Oregon leans slightly conservative?
By the numbers, we're the second bluest state in America, only behind Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
We're the second most liberal state. However, that's not true. It's just this county called Multnomah County. And I watch a Republican come in every 4 years, and they try to kiss their ass and try to tell them how I understand. I don't understand. I'm getting you guys the F out of here. I will buy your property. I'll do whatever it takes, and you're out. You're not going to register her for another 7 years. Get out of here. Move up to California and continue to screw that state up. But
Seattle, send them to Seattle. Yeah, they're doing a war on California.
Yeah, they're doing chops. These things they're doing in Seattle, with another bunch of losers that have their hand out and want other people to do it for them. And those days are going to come to an end. I will tell you what I
know things are changing. I think people are ready for this change. Like what you're saying 4 years ago, I don't think they're ready for it. Now I think they are. People are fed up. They don't want it anymore. Someone needs to come in and be real. And back to your mics, this is a little off topic, but your mics fighting off topic, you have some of probably the best shit talking I've ever seen in the sport. Just brilliant.
I saw you actually defending me on social media one time. I appreciate that.
Of course, no, I've always liked you, friend.
You were like, his stuff might not have been nice, but he was really funny. I was like, thank you.
It was great.
See, some people understand it.
Brazilians hated you. My Brazilian friends were mad at me for being friends with you. They hated. I think they love you now, but
they're over now.
They hated you for a couple of years.
They didn't get it. Yeah. And the translation's not always there, by the way. It's really not and that goes both ways. Brazil will chant something. You might know the chant.
Yeah,
don't,
but you will die.
You will die. Yeah, and what do they say?
I don't know the exact chain. I
No,
just
but
don't
you're
know.
not- yeah.
It's like, whoa, God, do it.
And I hated that. I thought that's a little too extreme. Like, I don't want to walk into an arena where I've got 12,000 people that I don't know telling me that you're going to die. Like, I feel like that crosses the line of sportsmanship. But they thought, that I was crossing the line by giving him a hard time or threatening to make Anderson's wife cook me a steak. And I was trying to explain, like, there's no threat of violence and there's no profanity in what I do. It's actually kind of a family show. You're just missing it.
I don't know if I'm hitting this right or not. Something you did when you went to the press conference in Brazil, I think you brought them like soap and toothbrushes, and you apologized because you didn't know they had internet in Brazil.
How would I know?
So brilliant, right?
We don't have anything better to do than see who we gave the computer to. I can't keep track of all those
I'm
things.
surprised they didn't take the soap and toothbrushes and be happy. That was so funny.
It was a nasty line.
They did not think that was funny, didn't they? Like, it was that reporter fight and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was brutal.
They pulled that fight from Brazil. They never said the
No.
but I think that was why.
I think that was why.
They were worried about safety. It was
Yes. Hey, I got to tell you this line. So I was going to bring him toilet paper and deodorant, and I said, and a toothbrush. And do you know that the toothbrush was created in Brazil? And they're looking around. I said, yeah, if it was created in America, we'd have called it the teeth brush. And that